with the journey that you are currently at, what benefits have you felt already since cutting down on the alcohol?
Oh, your alertness is like a lot more is better, and you're able to, focus, make decisions clearly and stuff like that. And that's the major thing for me. That's just, sometimes you need to make decisions that, whether they're good or bad, you need to be clear in mind, make them decisions and progress your life and just to have a happy life. You're just much more happier when you haven't got substance reliance, abuse going on.
Yeah, more sharp. It just sounds good because it's in moderation. Any addiction's bad, or anything not in moderation is not good. You'll feel it. It impacts your life, not in a good way. So, not surprised to hear that. And through the purpose of Fight the Devil, the context of this podcast, has this been your biggest devil to combat throughout your life?
Yeah, I think it has been. I think it has been something that I'm not able, or haven't been able 100% to deal with 100% at the moment. Like 100% solved, and I think I've always had something. If a challenge have gone apart in my life, I've able to solve, and I've able to beat. And this is something that's completely different in that respect. That it's not something that is going to be done by sheer will alone. It's something that requires different things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hardest point because you want to feel like you can combat it on your own. But for that journey, it's about building that support network and a number of other things around you that can keep you on track. It's a bit of a defeating feeling when you know that you can't be the one to conquer this. It takes a lot of external operations, and it can be done. Many people have done it, but we've all got vices in life. So, what advice would you have for the Fight the Devil listeners that are struggling with vices such as alcoholism, smoking, gambling, etc.?
Like there's a common thing that says with the slogan in when you stop smoking, and it probably goes for any other addiction out there. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Beginning to quit. Don't always try to quit. Don't giving up quitting. Virtually, it's saying to yourself, well, even if it fails, you just keep going, keep trying to quit, keep trying to quit. Because each time you're trying it, you're getting closer and closer to having that quitting, completing, and actually doing it. Because each time you're getting that step further. It's like, when you're doing something in anything activity, and someone said, I like the saying, instead of practice make perfect, someone said practice makes good.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm like, it's so true. It's like, it doesn't make perfect, but it makes good. So if you keep continuing and you keep practicing that quitting, you keep doing it, eventually it's going to stick because, it's just a repetition like anything else out there. Yeah, that's my advice I give to someone. Keep trying.
That's excellent. Yeah, I remember that smoking out as well. It's never give up giving up.
Yeah, never giving up. That's the one. Yeah. What a great slogan that is. Yeah.
No, it is, and again, it applies in those vices. So, no, great stuff. My advice is everyone listening, don't be so hard on yourself on this journey. Like Matt mentioned earlier, there's a lot of ups and downs. It's not going to be linear. So just keep going, keep getting back up and trying again.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, onto a more positive note regarding the career. One of your biggest passions at the moment is multimedia design. What got you into it, and why do you think it gives you so much joy?
I think it's been a long journey. I think I started in like drawing and stuff like that. I started that in high school, and I kind of moved to Melbourne when I was like, 21, and I hadn't really done anything. And I went through different like factory work, setting up factories, different office type stuff. And then I decided to go into do a visual arts course. And what that visual arts course done line printing, painting, all illustration, basic design and stuff like that. And I went into that, and then I decided to go into the graphic arts industry because it was a blend of drawing, computers, which I'd done my own. I put my own website at that point in time when I was in my late 20s with my brother-in-law was help. He got me all the software and all that, and I managed to put a website up with all my drawings on it. And then I was I was going to do the Set 4 in graphic design, and then the lecturer saw my website with my drawings on it and stuff like that, and she virtually bypassed me into diploma. So I skipped the Set 4 in that because she saw I had the skills in relation to that. And then I went and did the diploma, and I was doing the diploma, and that I learned how to learn all the software like InDesign and all these Photoshop and Illustrator and all these other programs that you need to do that. And then I was doing that, and then at the same time I was working in my job, and then something called Aegis, which does the Telstra contract, and I was doing all my job related stuff. So I did admin and stuff like that, and did call center stuff and all these things. And I met someone else that wanted to do a website in relation to that. So I was doing that website for them and pitching ideas like what we need to do. And I was working 30 hours a week during the admin at Telstra job, and then doing another 40 hours a week at TAFE from 9 to 5. And then on the weekends, I was doing the actual website client that I had. So then it from there, went to multi-year because then I got a job placement in Antenna Books, did that. Then I went to do another company, do photo retouching for a year and a half with another company. And then I went to Diamond Protection where I was in charge of setting up their virtual graphic department, and they wanted to do filming, and I did some filming on site for them for the managed service training filming. And I got into the multimedia side of it, and then obviously through also Deakin University, I learned about some of the other programs like After Effects that does special effects and stuff like that. So that's where it's pretty much at from there.
Wow. Okay. No, very good. What do you reckon gives you motivation throughout in that career aspect?
Pushing the boundary and having something that someone else hasn't done, like even if it's the design or something someone else hasn't done, hasn't thought of, and hasn't thought it would be a good idea, but it just sits there and it resonates within your person you're trying to promote to. Like it just hits the spot with them. So somehow you've just got it and you've just pinpointed what they want and you've just done it 100%. And it's a good feeling because you've just nailed it and it's made them feel like you've actually heard all the conversation you had with them over what the idea they want, and you're in line with their idea and what they're doing as a business. And that kind of, for me, that kind of resonates for me because I've actually got what they're trying to say.
Yeah, that's very satisfying, a very fulfilling feeling, no doubt. I haven't worked in that field, but that definitely sounds like, yep, that's nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. In saying that, what's your top strategy for success in this field?
I think you've got to be able to branch out and actually push the boundaries. And if you don't push them, even if they fail along the way, that you got to be able to be able to someone that pushes it and pushes the client's expectation as well. Not just push yourself, but push their expectation. Their expectation might be a bit low, and somehow you've got to encourage them to push it and to branch out and actually grow. And because without growing and pushing, you kind of stagnant in a business anyway. So the
Yeah.
business is not going to succeed if they're going to be safe. So you've got to have the two skills. I think you got to be able to push yourself and push someone else, and push someone else for success. And it doesn't matter if it's a client or the actual the sales guy. You've got to make them sure that they're understanding that you've got to push that envelope to 100% to make everything win and work and succeed. But that's my spin on it. But
Yeah, that's great. No, not just in this field, but any field, we can't be a pushover. We push those boundaries.
yeah,
What have you learnt from being in this field that people should know about?
I think people think that you just sit there and you create, and as long as you know all the programs, then you can create a design. But design is not about programs. It's about feel for things. It's about what the client needs are, and it's about researching what it is. Like for instance, if you're designing a logo, you just don't use two letters and combine logos, and then you got to do like a storyboard and what the history about the company is and what they're trying to represent and what products are on the market. And it's about knowing your target audience and stuff like that, and knowing your demographic and stuff like that. So it's not just about programs. And all the tutorials and program stuff you do about the design programs, I think won't make a difference if you produce a logo or produce something that's just not in line with their philosophy, not in line with what they want to achieve for their business. Well, you've failed the client or you failed the person or the business.
Yeah.
So it's about knowing them, get to know them, and trying to suck all the information out of them you can, more information. So you just got to keep asking more questions and writing up something and then relaying it back to them and making sure that's a thing that they want to achieve moving forward, so they can feel happy that you've actually got what they want.
Yeah, being a good listener and communication key in any job, but yeah, definitely in field to fulfill that request. It sounds like more important than ever.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about your industry, what would it be?
Some people tend to be in my industry a bit arrogant.
Yeah.
And a bit self-absorbed.
Oh,
yeah.
Worst.
That's the one thing I would change about if I could, because they can be a bit like that. They can be like wanna wear the most expensive brands and wanna wear have the $300 glasses, and they kind of define what clothes you're wearing is what kind of person you are. And I don't. That's not me. And sometimes it can get to a point where you're like, aren't you better than that as a person? Like, are you so, are you so satisfied of just being like a person like that? Can't you have something more to yourself than that?
Got to be better than that. I mean, we don't subscribe to materialism.
Yeah.
And I can't really gravitate to anyone that does, because like it's not me, and it's not you yourself either. So that would be a bit frustrating if you have to work with these colleagues that are into that sort of stuff and devote their life to trying to impress people.
Yeah, I think it comes and goes with certain industries, and like it sometimes happens with fashion a lot as well.
Yep.
But in design, it kind of happens like that. So you kind of have to deal with certain things along the way.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, last couple of questions that are going a bit deeper than just career here.
Yeah.
Overall, how would you spend your time if money wasn't a factor?
Oh man, I just said to Mum the other day, if I won the $100 million Powerball, I'd be like, all right, first thing I'd do would get a private jet. Second thing I would do is have a chauffeur driver, because I have no interest in driving around. I would love to be in the back and just have someone like, oh, what are we doing? Oh, call the chauffeur driver. We're going for a drive up the coast. I'm just like, yeah, that'd be great. Or what are we doing? Oh, let's get in the plane and we're going to go to the Maldives to go fucking snorkeling this weekend. And I'm like, yes,
so good.
yeah. And I was like, nah, that's my thing. I don't care about houses. I don't care about cars. I don't care about any of that shit. All I care about is doing something, going out there and doing as much as you possibly can.
Definitely. Eat up those experiences, because that I want to go
100%.
snorkeling in the Maldives now too. I haven't even done snorkeling yet. I want to jump. I'll go with you. That's on the bucket list though. Snorkeling and other sort of aqua activities.
Yeah.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Pursue my passions earlier, and always be truthful within yourself. What your abilities are, so you can achieve the most you can in a short space of time. And also to travel much more when I was younger.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you're your age, 25 to 35, that's the peak time of travel. So experience anything, with your partner or whatever it may be, just try and experience life, because you never know what life is going to bring, and whether you're going to be physically able to hike around or do it all, or you're going to have injuries that won't allow you to do all these things. So, that's what I say to my younger self.
Create the opportunity for that if you're in a position to do so. And these are absolutely prime years of my life. So now I'm enjoying it. And again, just wanting that 2 weeks of annual leave coming up for Easter, just around the corner. So that'll be one to remember for a while.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. You should enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. And look, and I hope to see you soon. If you were planning on going to Melbourne, before we started recording this podcast, you said you were coming along ASAP, and that will be something else to look forward to catch up for the first time this year.
Yeah, it'd be great. We can go there, hang out, and do something. Hopefully, I can come down when the weather's still good, and we can catch up and play tennis, or even if we can't do that, like go you and I, go for something to bite to eat or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great. As we wrap up this podcast, I got a couple of dad jokes to share, and then we part ways.
Awesome. Yeah, good.
And you know how good they can be, given my wedding speech last year.
Yeah. Of course, 100%.
So I'm a bit reserved for some of them now after the good chats we've had regarding the journey to sobriety. So keep in mind, this is a joke, these next couple. So, my science teacher caught me drinking alcohol. Well, it is a solution.
Love it. Love it. I love it, Luke. Great.
A couple more. Alcohol is not always the answer, but it's worth a shot.
Love it. Love these jokes. Oh, yeah.
Just a side note, that's totally tongue-in-cheek. And a very lame one. Incredibly lame, but it's so stupid that it's funny. What is a motorcyclist's favorite drink?
No, you got me.
Rum, 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 rum.
Oh, God. Oh, that was the worst out of the all. Yeah, that was the worst. That one was pretty good. That was funny. Anyway,
Yeah,
I don't mind a good joke every now and again.
Yeah, I saved the worst for last, so that's it.
That's all right. I don't mind some good dad jokes. It's funny.
Before we totally part ways here, where can listeners find you online?
It's my website from there, so they can probably visit me there, as well as my YouTube channel. So it's Matt Lane Designs. So you look at either one, the YouTube channel Matt Lane Designs, or my website mattlanedesigns.com. Both there on my YouTube channel, and also I've got Matt Lane's Designs on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I'll be sure to link them through with this podcast episode on YouTube, and they can find their way to follow your design works and your career aspects.
Yeah. So go there, and I've also on my website I've got the my social media links from there in relation to LinkedIn, and also the Instagram and YouTube.
Fantastic. Now, leaving on this note, Matt, as we part ways, over 5 years ago when we met at our employer at the time, I would never have pictured we'd still be mates all these years later. And it was heartwarming that you were there to celebrate my 23rd birthday, going back to 2019 at Lucky Cock amongst 8 or so colleagues. And much later, celebrated my 28th birthday with my wife and dog at home last November.
Oh, that was great. And I just appreciate the pizza she cooked. It was amazing. And it was great to be there. And it was great to see you again, and great to see you guys and just hanging out and see you in your house and getting, you're in your place now and got your little dog going and and just enjoying life. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really good. So I really look forward to catching up with you again, because I'll have the wedding photos to show you in person. I know you haven't seen them yet, so something to bond with and reflect on the good times.
Yeah, awesome. That'd be great to see you. I hope I'll see you soon in Melbourne.
Yeah, excellent. All right, catch you, the Fight the Devil listeners again for a later time. Hope you've enjoyed the episode.
See you guys.